The Sopranos at its core is a mob show, however, it is also many things. It dives into mental illness, depression, what happiness truly is, and much, much more. It's not just a mob show. So, in this video, I want to discuss the idea if The Sopranos promotes veganism? Before we start, let me say this up front. My objective of this video isn't to shame or belittle anyone into becoming a vegan. I, myself, am not vegan. My diet is mostly plant-based, however I do devour meats and dairy from time to time. The objective of this video is to form a discussion. That's it. This won't be trying to convert anyone into veganism. I'm not calling meat eaters bad people, nor will I make the statements such as being a vegan makes you morally superior, because that's pretty stupid though. Yes, you can still love animals and eat meats. Please, please, please watch the video till the end, because there's a pattern of Soprano fans missing the point of my videos. It's really annoying. The Jimmy one wasn't about if he was a rat or not, but the stress of being a boss and making tough decisions quickly. So many of them didn't get that and fought in the comments about if he was a rat or not. The scene dear to my heart video was about how a regular family is a truer family than the mob family. Chris wants that, but can't have it, and ends up choosing the mob family. Yet so many fans said, why would Chris want to be like that family? That family is trash. Like, did you not listen to the video? This tells me a lot of Soprano fans don't really give additional thought to the show's themes and meanings. And that's fine, by the way, your opinion is valid, but don't get pissy at me when I want to express my views and my feelings on what the show is saying. So please, 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 don't watch my stuff if you're gonna get pissy and at all tough. It's pretty cringe, and I would laugh, but it's just sad to be honest. Cool? Cool. With that out of the way, does The Sopranos promote veganism? Short answer is no, not really. The long answer is, well, kinda. The thing is, it doesn't outright promote it, but there's definitely imagery that suggests the consumption of meat is harmful, the animal industry is very exploitative, and that humans are no different to animals. Throughout the show, Tony Soprano overindulges in meat. As a coping mechanism, he was traumatized as a kid, seeing his father at the butcher's butchering a human being. A butcher's is a place where animal meat is cut up, but at that moment, Tony sees a live human being in the chopping block. A young Tony gets so freaked out by it that later, when having dinner at home, he passes out. Not to mention, Tony's health is declining, and overeating meat isn't helping. Of course, Tony witnessing someone getting chopped added to this trauma, yet using meat as a coping mechanism only worsens his health. Let me remind you that the overconsumption of meat is incredibly bad for your health, especially your heart. Eating meat with moderation, eating veggies and fruit mixed with exercising is much, much healthier for you. I'm reminded of that scene between Little Carmine and Tony. What do they order? Little Carmine orders a Sahid Ahi mixed with green vegetables with a non-alcoholic beverage. Ahi is a tuna, by the way, versus Tony, who orders a Philly cheesesteak. Fish is incredibly healthy for you. Carmine, in the end, lives a happy life and a healthy life with his family, and Tony, well, he dies. Now, I'm not trying to say Tony died because he ate a Philly cheesesteak, but there's a connection though. The guy who lives a happier life eats healthier versus a miserable prick, Tony's words not mine, who eats meat every day. Honorable mention to Gigi, who stuffed himself with so much turkey meat, he died trying to take a shit. Then there's exploitation of animals. Tony, who claims to love animals, yet runs a butcher. Rich, right? Joke, by the way, that's a joke. You can eat meat and like animals. It's just ironic, okay? The guy who loves animals runs a butcher. It's ironic! Anyway, there's a piece of art in that butcher's shop of a happy mother pig looking after her babies. This is propaganda. The animal industry is super cruel, especially for the mothers that get their babies ripped apart from them the second they're born. The solution would be to try to source the meat you buy. Buying meats from places where the animals aren't locked up 24/7 is much better for the animals. But that's easier said than done though. I'm not judging anyone if they can't do that. We got to live and survive. But these animals are heavily exploited. Definitely look it up though, but be warned, it is unpleasant. Even Pyomai, the horse Tony loved, is exploited. You do know horses that can't run in the gambling events have no use. The owners get rid of them. Whoever burnt the horse knew that, to get the insurance money. Even greyhounds, a dog breed used in gambling, gets tossed aside and abandoned when they're useless to their owner. There was even multiple campaigns about people adopting greyhounds, because they're still dogs even when the owner gets tired of abusing them and toss them aside. And despite how much Tony loved Pyomai, he used the horse to make money. Last but not least, the many human are not so different to animal imagery throughout the show. As mentioned, Tony witnesses a human getting chopped at the butcher's, Dom getting killed and laying on the table bloodied where Tony's crew eats food. Later his head is wrapped with paper used to wrap meat. One of the first killings in the show happens in the butcher's, surrounded by meat. Richie appeals dead body getting bladed at the butcher's. Chris says he won't be eating at it for a long time. By the way, there's a theory that the Tony's crew are partly cannibals. Even Sil is like, no more tying people up at the butcher's when Carlo suggests it, doing it to Dom. And there's many, many more. And a lot of vegans make this point. Name the trait argument. Alright, take it easy, take it easy. With all that said, does The Sopranos really promote veganism? Sure, if you want it to. But in my opinion, all these comparisons to the treatment of animals is used to display how the mafia is not so different to the animal industry when it comes to exploitation. The mafia talk about family, honor, respect, blah 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 blah, but it's full of shit. They exploit and destroy regular people's lives. Look at Davis Cecchino, the guy that had a serious gambling issue. What did Tony do? He knew that and exploited him like an animal to cut him up and harvest his meat, aka his sports goods shop. Family, like the mother pig and her babies? Fuck that. The amount of killing within the family is over the roof. We're family 1 second, and then the next, you get discarded. Look at Dom. He was literally friends, even buddies with Sil and Carlo. He went too far with breaking balls, and that's it. Die. Gutted. Bleeding like a pig. These mobsters only see humans like animals. Their purpose is to get money out of them. That's it. They have no empathy. Hell, little Carmine, the one guy who escaped and wanted nothing to do with the mafia, started eating healthier. He saw the truth that it's just bloodshed. He wanted out. The mafia is human exploitation. If you really want to take this a step further, capitalism is the true entity that exploits humans. So many humans suffer under capitalism. So yeah, Victim 19s, that's the video. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And I have to admit, it's definitely an interesting topic. Anywho, eat meat in moderation, don't forget to eat veggies and fruits, and don't forget to exercise!
Anyway, $4 a pound.